Every story has two sides, or multiple depending on who's involved in that story. And these days, with the story arcs that are appearing in comics, there's a whole lot of characters with a whole lot of opinions. So today we're taking a look at the perspective of those who we normally deem as the bad guys, and their intentions. That when one analyzes them can seem like they're not coming from a selfish or nefarious place, but rather in a noble interest, like the survival of certain races. So here are our picks for the top 10 supervillains who actually had a point. And at number 10, Galactus. Galactus is a character that has appeared as both an antagonist and protagonist over the years. He's an entity that wields such immense cosmic power that he's required to devour entire planets in order to sustain himself. He's a living force of nature whose goal is to correct the imbalances between eternity and death. He's the first and therefore oldest living entity in the universe, and all he really wants is to be fed. His stories bring up questions of natural versus necessary existence, and while his intentions may be selfish, they're not inherently evil, making his actions constantly morally ambiguous, especially when considering the idea that he balances out the universe. And at number 9, Sinestro. Sinestro started the Sinestro Corps as an attempt to improve the Guardians of the Universe and the Green Lantern Corps. While that unfortunately involved forcing the Green Lantern Corps to use lethal force, inevitably making them invoke fear, their declining success rate wasn't just a biased opinion of Sinestro's. The Guardians tried to eliminate free will during the Rise of the Third Army story arc, and were indirectly responsible for the genocide that destroyed a whole sector. To an extent, one could view Sinestro as more of a revolutionary at times. How's that for an opinion? Up next, number 8, the Lizard. Taking a look at a Spider-Man villain here, the Lizard first appeared in 1963's Amazing Spider-Man 6 as Curt Connors, a man who had lost his arm from war and was obsessed with trying to replace the limb. Through some mad science, he turns himself into a half-lizard, half-human, and regrows his arm. So he wants to do humanity a favor so they never have to suffer like he did, by turning them all into lizards too. Bad, but like kinda coming from a good place? And at number 7, Prince Nuada. Diving into films based on comic books here, let's take a look at the antagonist from Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, Prince Nuada. While the prince did release a bunch of practically indestructible mechanical soldiers that threatened humanity big time, his intentions were rooted in a pretty logical place. Nuada's goal is to prevent his own species, the elves, from going extinct, along with other magical creatures, and to preserve the nature on Earth. And to be fair, humans broke their treaty with the magical creatures a long time ago, so he's not entirely unwarranted here. While most of his family have recognized that it is the end of days for their civilization, the prince refuses, and fights for their survival, seeing that his race is unable to live while humans are alive. And at 6, Ra's al Ghul. Ra's mission is to achieve the perfect environmental balance in the world, except he plans on achieving that by eliminating most of humanity. Maybe not the most positive way to go about getting what you want, especially when trying to knock out the world's population with biological warfare. In our number 5 spot, Poison Ivy. Speaking of environmentalists, Poison Ivy is a self-described eco-terrorist of global importance. She's one of the villains on this list who actually has a lot of activism under her belt, and in recent years has become more of an anti-hero than bad guy. Most of her criminal past revolves around preventing ecological extinction and protecting endangered species, which is pretty noble when you think about it. Maybe just don't kill people while doing it. And at number 4, Dr. Doom. Well, yeah, Dr. Doom is a bit of a megalomaniac with a desire to take over the world. His reasons are rooted in logic, however delusional that logic may be. Oxymoron, anyone? Doom believes that if he takes over the world would be a better place. And he's not totally wrong. He was able to look into the future, and saw that the only future free of suffering was the one where he dominated over humanity. Talk about a major I told you so. But unfortunately, his methods of governance involve taking away much of humanity's free will. He does succeed in taking over the world, but got bored, and ultimately conceded by throwing a fight with Wonder Man. And at number 3, the Joker. The Joker is an anarchist, but psychologically goes much further than that. Peter Coogan, a comic scholar, has described the character as trying to reshape reality to fit himself by imposing his face on his victims in an attempt to make the world comprehensible by creating a twisted parody of himself. Many perceive Joker's main goal is to make Batman the best that he can be. The Joker doesn't want to kill Batman. Winning is pointless to him. He is the chaos to balance Batman's order and discipline. The two can't exist without the other. How's that for an MO? And our number 2 spot is Magneto. Magneto has always been in defense of mutant rights, and he has a good reason to be. Mutants have been oppressed by humans for decades. While Magneto does tend to take things to an extreme, believing mutants are the superior race and humans deserve the kind of treatment they've hashed out in the first place, or worse, there's been many a time where he's aligned himself with the X-Men in order to fight for the preservation of mutants, and sometimes ends up saving both mutants and humans alike from extinction. And finally, in our number 1 spot, Ozymandias. Ozymandias, aka Adrian Veidt, is the smartest man on Earth in the Watchmen universe. So it should come as no surprise that he was capable of devising a plan, put into motion over the course of several years, to deceive the entire world into uniting together against a common enemy, therefore eliminating the threat of nuclear war. While the comic version and the film version vary, both depict Ozzy as highly intelligent and cunning, revealing his master plan 35 minutes after he set its final phase in motion. The problem with his scheme? It annihilates New York City, acting out of the greater good. The loss of one city is the price to pay to avert nuclear genocide on an international scale, and it's a sacrifice that Adrian is willing to make, and one that his fellow superheroes, minus Rorschach, have no choice but to comply with. There we have it, friends. Which of these villains do you feel were justified in their actions? Let us know in those comments below. And if you dug this video, please show some love and hit those like and subscribe buttons. And hey, why not head over to our channel and check out some of our other villainous vids on our Top 10 Supervillains playlist. In the meantime, thanks for watching everybody. I've been Kelly Pally and this has been Top 10 Nerd. Catch you all in the next one.